is space, the final frontier, with white pearls. Fundamental elements, swim lanes and crosswalks, white pearls, connect white pearls. White pearl, sharing the same swim lane, serving trade and saucer, visualizing relationships between white pearls.
And welcome back to this part 2 in this video series on UniML, where we take a deep dive into what it does and how it does it, and also sometimes, as well, on why it does it that way. And let me reintroduce my two most valuable helpers, Dr. Frick and Dr. Frack.
Dr. Frick steps up with a smile on his face. He talks about science in his lively place. And Dr. Frack chimes in with a wink and a laugh. Together they teach, cut the boredom in half. Two professors in sync, their knowledge flows. In dance of ideas, and everyone knows.
So, starting with an empty string, how does one add their first white pearl? That is, how to add this.
And to answer that, we might have to look a bit under the hood.
Going back to here.
While, I might add, giving ourselves some more room to draw on the right.
We add this pre-string extension region to define and assign UniML agents. And this post-string region to define event.
So by doing that, this isolates the metadata from the actual model, while also, at the same time, being able to link that metadata to the model as appropriately needed.
Correct. And moving on, this is a star-shaped yellow pearl.
It acts much the same as a white pearl, in that it has, and owns, a swim lane and a crosswalk.
Great, that makes it easier to learn.
And by the way, one can have one or more extensions.
Just as can a white pearl?
Yes, here abbreviated as HAG, for human agent, denoting an actual person. And, by the way, an extension can have a tag, here, this one, informing us that this is, in fact, an abbreviation.
Whose username is, imaginatively enough, HAG1, for human agent 1.
Yes, quite imaginative, indeed.
And note, pearls, regardless of color, can also have various types tags.
And one can have multiple such pearls, such as here, HAG2. Which any number can also be hidden, indicated simply by having a portion of that, yet unnamed, region blank.
And, spoiler alert, that unnamed region is called waterfront property, but more on that later. And I did previously warn all you that this would be getting a bit under the hood, for there is even yet more to come regarding all this.
Yes, this is getting to hurt my head, as I try to get my mind around it.
But fortunately, most of the time, all that added complexity can simply be hidden. That is, until needed, where it then can be, readily, unhidden, at the UniML model viewer's discretion. So let's hide all that for now, and move on.
Sounds like a great idea, let's do that. But maybe this is a bit too soon to be doing that, for there is yet more under the hood that we might need to examine here before doing that.
Totally agreed. And, continuing on, much the same can be said about the post-string extension region, but here we have purple pearls, as opposed to having yellow pearls, or white ones.
And let me comment on what are called pearl moon phases, PHPs, that can show the model viewer additional info, such as denoting pearl orientation, such as with these half-moon pearls, here.
And speaking of orientation, or maybe more apropos, for me, disorientation, this is starting to make my head spin.
Quite understandably, for this is a bit complex, so maybe a bit of summary here will help. So, on this string, one can define UniML models, using white pearls and the like.
While metadata, such as who can build, edit, or view that model, can go here via yellow pearls. And additional metadata, such as data creation and data modification events, can go here via purple pearls.
Thanks, that helped.
Great, glad that helped. So, now we are, at long last, ready to add our first white pearl. And I might add here, that UniML is designed to be used by both the computer whiz,
as well as for the complete computer klutz. And thus, so are these videos, as well.
Which I guess is a polite way of saying that these videos are both dumbed down to better connect with any casual computer users out there who might happen to watch these, if there be any, though I am highly dubious if there are all that many of that description who might actually be sufficiently interested to take the time to do that, as well as for any potentially highly computer literate experts out there who too might also watch these, who perhaps are interested enough in diving deeper into how one might construct a graphically based versus text-only ontology model to take the time to watch these. But these videos are here for any and all to watch regardless, given they are ever so inclined to do so. But for any that might chance to watch these, I hope they find these interesting, and at least somewhat entertaining, as well. That's all.